When the Dreamcast was released in 1999, Sega was in complete survival mode. The Saturn had bombed in the West, Sony's PlayStation was dominating, and Nintendo was following right behind with the N64. Sega needed games that were going to grab the attention of audiences in a super crowded arena. Their strategy was simple: lean on their arcade DNA, and few people embodied that Sega arcade spirit more than Makoto Uchida. Uchida was already a legend. He had directed Altered Beast in 1988, Golden Axe in 1989, and Alien Storm in 1990. Okay, well, maybe Alien Storm wasn't in the same league. But still, these games, with their large sprites and ability to play cooperatively with 4 people, drew large crowds at the arcade. Uchida took this concept to Dynamite Deca and its sequel, Dynamite Cop. If you don't recognize Dynamite Deca, that's probably because it was better known in the West as Die Hard Arcade. Sega had secured the movie license, so you were technically John McClane. The game was all about beating up terrorists with whatever you could grab: broom handles, chairs, rocket launchers. It took Uchida's signature gameplay and added more weapons, action, and some very strange moments. But by the time the sequel was gearing up in 1998, the license was gone. In Japan, it was Dynamite Deca 2, but in the US, it became Dynamite Cop. The Bruce Willis branding was out, but Uchida's insane design was more apparent than ever. Alright, so stay with me here. The setup for the story is pure 90s action nonsense. Terrorists hijack a luxury cruise and kidnap the president's daughter. You play as one of 3 agents from the Dynamite Deca task force, storming the ship to save the day. Characters are about as cliche as they come, which I like it. The heroes wear cargo pants and can only run everywhere. The villains look like Mad Max background characters and have no problem laughing maniacally. Like other Uchida games, the story is mostly there as an excuse to beat the piss out of your enemies. The gameplay is extremely straightforward. Walk into a room, enemies mosey up, you punch and kick until nobody's standing. But Uchida added layers to split things up. QuickTime event scenes break up the action. Whew, that was close. Get it right, and you look like an action hero. Miss, and you get your shit pushed in. Then there are the weapons. Guns, spears, rocket launchers, but also baguettes, weights, chairs, and a whole fish. Basically, if it sounds stupid, it's probably a weapon. And if you find yourself without an object to hit someone with, your fists are always a good backup. Enemies are all varieties of techno-pirates. Some throw grenades, others throw ass. I'm sorry, that sounded better in my head. I think what makes Dynamite Cop so much fun is the level design. You pick a mission at the start. They're mostly the same, just shuffled around a bit. How you board the ship, where you end up, and a few set pieces along the way. There's a cargo hold where pirates leap out of crates for some reason, and a kitchen where an impressively agile chef named Alexander throws spinning punches and rolling kicks. Eventually, you make it down to the ship's hold where you encounter a giant octopus. Because of course you do. You dodge tentacles slamming across the deck and avoid what I assume are like parasites or maybe baby octopuses. Octopi, octoped, whatever. This kind of insane chaos continues into other stages. Smash slot machines in a casino, fight questionable stereotypes in a torture chamber, or use mannequins as weapons in what I think is a barbershop. No matter which route you take, the game always ends with a showdown against Wolf Hongo, who delivers some very stupid lines. Sucker. The game's design was made for arcades, so you can beat it in under an hour. There is a ton of concept art you can unlock, but it's kind of random. However, the game is so delightfully absurd and easy to play that I always found it enjoyable in repeated rounds. It's the perfect game to play with friends, as you can mindlessly mash away at characters without too much thought. Graphically, it's late 90s Sega to a T. Chunky polygons, flat textures, characters that look like action figures. But there's something charming about this look that, when paired with Uchida's love of absurdity, makes it all work. The blocky models and static facial animations give the game a very goofy energy. Dynamite Cop is a weird standout game on a system that was willing to take chances. It stands shoulder to shoulder with other fucking weird games like Power Stone and Crazy Taxi. A unique experience that has yet to be replicated on modern systems since.